Today's video, we're looking at the USS British Royal Navy Dress Saber. This one has a lot of agility to it. The cutting ability is really strong, as well as the precision on thrusting. I really like the D-guard as well on this one. Take a look at some specs, up-close looks, and also cut testing. Let's get into it. 37 1/8 of an inch is the overall length, and 31 3/4 inches is the blade length. This one has been sharpened. USS swords come to us unsharpened from their factory. So if you want to do cut testing with this one, you got to add a sharpening service. Another thing to mention is that the back edge is also potentially, you can also get this sharpened. It is about 1 palm distance at the top. This is used for pulling out the thrusts, other top edge type of strikes, other type of whipping strikes and things of that nature. So that's why there's also a back edge. Sword's coming in at 2 pounds, which is a really great weight for this one. Whether you're going to do this for any type of reenactment, you're going to add it to your sword collection. It's aesthetically pleasing, as you're going to see in the up-close looks, but it also moves quite well. Out of the batch of swords I've gotten for this month, this one is my favorite, whether that is from different types of circular cutting, whether that is going into different, more elegant and agile cuts, whether you're tearing this up into different guard positions, or holding thrust positions as well. I just really like the way this is balanced. We have a nut construction pommel, which actually is pretty sweet because it's a lion head, which you'll see in the up-close looks. This one's also going to be EN9 high carbon steel. That's a steel that USS uses for their swords. Point of balance on this one is going to be 7 inches from the guard, and we have a handle length of 4 inches. This one is a faux race skin that you're going to see that also has brass wire wrapped around it. The grip is really, really good. From the little bit of research I've done on this one, this type of sword and this design largely didn't really change for a very long time. It was 1827. That's when this first started coming around, and it makes sense. It's agile. You've got a top edge to it. You've got great hand protection, but it's not so heavy to where you have to worry about blowing your forearm out from just too much work from how heavy it is. So little chops on this are really great. Punch cuts and different tears back up if you're holding this out in the thrust position. And honestly, for parries too, you also have a lot of protection and a lot of coverage for the length of the sword. Let's take a look at the scabbard. Something to mention that's really cool is that there is a piece on the scabbard. It's actually a piece of the cross guard. This actually comes down, and that locks into place. There's a little dot, a brass dot on the scabbard that will lock that into place, which makes sense because if you were moving around a lot, this is a naval sword, you don't want your sword falling out of the scabbard. So I actually like this. It's on the inside, so just for the sake of the camera, I'm going to keep it up here. If this was at my hip, you could unnotch that if needed, so that way this is ready to go. Once that notches up, it doesn't get in the way at all. You don't have to worry about that. But I think it's just a cool little feature that that comes with this scabbard as well. So this is a leather scabbard with brass accents that are going to complement the handle. The D-guard on this one is adorned. It actually has an anchor on it, and also the anchor on it is really sick. So I'll make sure I get some up-close looks of that. It's got an anchor on it. The D-guard's there to protect your hand, and it's a good-looking lion head pommel, as I already mentioned on there as well. So with that being said, let's take a look at some up-close looks of this one in the scabbard and out of the scabbard. Alright, so what I want to offer now is a little bit of movement with this sword. So whether you're going to do this at all, if you care about what this looks like, the intention here is that you can see the sword in as three-dimensional as possible, so you know if this is something that you want to add to your collection. Let's take a look. All right, let's take a look at the cut testing. If you're not familiar right now, we've been out of tatami mats for about 2 months, even our suppliers out of them. So you're gonna see a lot of water bottles and also pool noodles being used. Let's take a look at how this Royal Navy Sabre performed. All right, thanks for joining me for this review of the USS Royal Navy Dress Sabre. If you want to pick this one up, click the link in the description below this video. As always, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.